Everybody welcome. This is our third video of Download Manager series. Make sure to watch previous videos to understand how our Download Manager works and basic module. Today we are going to make it really powerful and introduce new features. I am also uploading free project. In that Download Manager we can download our unfinished files later because it supports pause and resume. To identify unfinished files, it keeps them with a different name. After finishing the download, it will rename to original. I have uploaded a video along with this. Watch that video to learn how to import that project in your sketchware. And let's get started with today's video. If you have watched previous videos and have a project, first of all add a more block to it for miscellaneous methods. For our users, showing real size of the file will be more convenient than just a percentage. So we want to show the real size and also in a readable format. We are creating a string method for showing the size, which takes a double parameter. In addition, inside of it we have three variables for showing gigabytes, megabytes and kilobytes. To make them readable, we want to format decimal. Then we have a if else statement which checks for the size and returns them in a unit. Even if our size is smaller than kilobytes, we will show them in 0.01 KB. In our async task at onProgress update, total variable here indicates how much we have downloaded, and file length indicates what is total file size. So we need them at onProgress update because we want to show file size and how much we have added. So create two string variables. By calling size method, we will get them in a readable format. We will show them in a text view. I am writing here percentage because my text view ID is called percentage. So type your text view ID here, and I want to keep variable names short for easier typing. Now if you try to compile it, you will see errors. Variables can't be resolved because they are declared at a point where we can't reach them. Declare your variable here so you can reach it. and assign it value of file length. Remove that formula of percentage because we want to show actual size. Progress bar dot set max, our newly declared variable. Sorting size is done. Now we want post resume support. For that, add a new method named isIncomplete. I will provide you code in description. Method isIncomplete has type long because it have to deal with file size accurately. If our file exists, it will return its size, otherwise returns 0. I want to move few variables and declare some new variables at top level outside of class so I can access them easily. In new variables we have one variable int status and 4 constants: downloading, complete, pause and error. Remove duplicate local variables that we have on top level. I would suggest you to split code from that point for easier management. Select and cut the code from here and paste it inside a new ASD. An async task cannot be executed more than one time. So if you want pause and resume capability, add a new method. Declare async task at top level but initialize it through that method. Not only initialize but execute also. And we don't want our download task final, we want it private. We have a code here which I want to explain. If async task finished and status is not downloading, we will get our file name from a URL. Then we will execute the task by calling method start download. Another condition, if status is equal to downloading, set text of start button to resume download and pause the task by calling cancel. We was getting name from activity get extra, but now we will get it from URL, so it will be more accurate. Here we will rename the file if it already existed, so it should not replace older file. We are getting a random number from length of a list string to get a unique name. If user choose to re-download, we will call start download. After renaming the file, and if there isn't any duplicate file, we obviously have to call start download. Now we are using one button for pause and resume, so we don't need to switch visibility. At on click start download button. Remember the code I have explained? We need it here. Create a boolean async task finished. At on create, previously we was hiding complete download details, but now we will just hide progress bar and at async task it will be visible from on pre-execute. That means while we are preparing to download file. For sake of easier management, I want to move that part in new ASD so we don't get lost where is on pre-execute. Now when we reach on pre-execute, async task finished boolean will be set to false. On post execute, back to true. Here at on cancelled method, we will set async task finished boolean to true and show up toast download paused. Then close the method with a curly brace. On pre-execute, I want to show a toast download is started. We need a string. We will use it to store data such as links of unfinished files to resume them later. It should be a hidden file, so add a dot before file name and our custom extension to identify unfinished files. After downloading file successfully, we should delete extra file because it is useless. Remember, initially we are saving our files with a custom extension to identify unfinished files. After completing download successfully, we will rename them to original. In that code, we are renaming our files to original name. Rearrange UI layout as per your needs and requirements. We need two list views, one for finished files, second for unfinished. Usually we have more completed downloads, so I am leaving more space for them. We don't need to put all burden at on create. We can have some logic at on start. So I have an algorithm here. First, it filters out unfinished files and finished files in list strings. Then it puts them in a list view. At unfinished files on item click, we have same code as start download button, which checks async task finished, status is not downloading. Then it will get a name from URL and start a download. If it is downloading, it will pause the download. To get name, we need a URL string which we have stored in our file. Once download is started, we need to indicate that clicking start button again will pause the download. We have to update status at on pre-execute and on post-execute, as downloading if download failed, status set to error. If completed successfully, status will be complete. If we compile and run our application at this point, it only starts new downloads. But does not resume unfinished downloads and paused files, because when we request a file with range, server returns partial file. Server response is not okay. We need to update the code with partial and okay. And we are showing wrong name to the user, so let's correct the code to show actual file name that we are saving. Useful changes we have made in code are here and below. First, let's examine the code here. We have a variable download which takes value from is incomplete method, and then if download is greater than 0, we will set response property with range from download to infinite, and we have to start download from same point, so assign value of download to total. As I mentioned earlier, server response in HTTP 206 partial. So in the code we have added a condition, and connection.getResponse is not equal to, http partial. At output we have to add append true. If we don't do so, our file will start from 0. Add already downloaded file size to total size. Remember, this variable total size is not actual file length. It is how much we have downloaded. These two variables, count and total, are duplicate. We have them at top level. I want to tell you about few mistakes that I have made and sorted out them later. First, we are adding a number here at the end. We have to add it before file name, because if we add it end, file extension will be changed. Second thing, that string here named file, I have removed it and added a new string named file name, because if we have an actual file variable with file, they both will have a conflict. If you need ready-made project, check out my channel. Along with this, I have uploaded a video with free project in sketchware and Android Studio Code also.